On the far side of the moon, Sarang Base is a lonely outpost of humanity. Here, Sam Bell is the sole employee of Lunar Industries, overseeing the automated harvesters that mine helium-3, the clean energy source that saved a dying Earth. He's nearing the end of a 3-year contract, and the isolation is taking its toll. His only companion is Gertie, an intelligent and surprisingly empathetic eye, who glides along ceiling-mounted rails, offering assistance and a calm, monotone voice in the sterile silence. The days bleed together in a routine of treadmill runs, tending to his small greenhouse and painstakingly carving a wooden model of his hometown. His only link to his life back home is through recorded messages. The live feed is down, a casualty of a damaged satellite, so he sends video logs to his wife Tess and waits weeks for her replies, clinging to a photo of her, pregnant with their daughter Eve. With just 2 weeks left, the finish line is agonizingly close. Sam's ready to go home. He's tired of the recycled food, the solitude, and the strange headaches that have started plaguing him. More disturbingly, he begins seeing things, fleeting glimpses of a mysterious teenage girl in a yellow dress, a phantom on the lunar surface. Gertie, ever the caretaker, asks about his headaches and seems concerned, but offers no real answers. During a routine collection run, an alarm goes off. One of the harvesters, Mark, is ready for pickup. Sam suits up, heads out in his rover, and drives across the vast, gray desolation. But as he approaches the hulking machine, the phantom girl appears again, standing directly in his path. Distracted, panicked, he swerves hard, losing control and slamming his rover directly into the massive harvester. As the world goes black, Sam Bell wakes up with a jolt in the infirmary. He feels groggy, confused, but surprisingly unharmed. Gertie is by his bedside, explaining that he had an accident in the rover and has been unconscious for a while. Sam has no memory of the crash. As he recuperates, a new message from Lunar Industries arrives. They're pleased with his work, but strictly forbid him from going outside. Citing his recent accident, they inform him a rescue team named Eliza has been dispatched to make repairs and bring him home. This doesn't sit right with Sam. He feels fine, and the company's insistence that he remain confined feels less like a precaution and more like an order. His suspicion grows when he overhears Gertie having what sounds like a live conversation with management, a direct contradiction to the supposedly broken satellite. He knows he's being lied to. He needs to get outside. Concocting a plan, Sam fakes a micrometeorite shower, cutting some wires to trigger an exterior damage alarm. He convinces a reluctant Gertie that he must go out to inspect the hull. Once outside, he ignores the base and drives the spare rover straight to the crash site. There, jammed beneath the giant harvester, is the wrecked rover, just as he'd left it. But peering through the cracked windshield, his blood runs cold. There's someone inside, an injured man, unconscious in a spacesuit. With a surge of adrenaline, he pries the door open and pulls the man out. He brushes the lunar dust from the helmet's visor and finds himself staring at his own face. It's the Sam from before the crash. He brings the doppelganger back to the base, a whirlwind of confusion and panic. Who is he? He demands of Gertie, but the AE is evasive. Soon, the other Sam, the original Sam from the start of the film, wakes up. He's bruised, battered, and his health is clearly failing. The two Sams stare at each other, a paradox made flesh. The newer, healthier Sam is convinced the other is a clone. The older, deteriorating Sam believes he's the original and that this new version is a hallucination or a corporate trick. The tension is unbearable. They argue, they fight, each man clinging to the same set of memories, the same wife, the same life. Their shared space becomes a pressure cooker of paranoia. The newer Sam notices that the older one is a better ping-pong player, more skilled at carving the wooden town, subtle signs that he's been here longer, that he's the one who lived the last 3 years. Their fragile truce forms around a shared goal, finding the truth. The newer Sam theorizes that if he was activated after the crash, he must have come from somewhere on the base. He begins a frantic search for a secret room, a hidden area not on any schematic. Their search leads them to a disturbing discovery. They find a signal jammer just outside the base, revealing that Lunar Industries isn't just dealing with a broken satellite, they are actively blocking all live communications. The isolation is deliberate. The older Sam, desperate for a real connection, takes a rover beyond the jammer's range. He manages to place a video call to his home address on Earth. A teenage girl answers, the girl from his hallucinations. It's his daughter, Eve, now 15 years old. Overwhelmed, he can barely speak. He asks for Tess, only for Eve to tell him that her mother passed away years ago. In the background, a man's voice calls out. It's the voice of an older Sam Bell, the original Sam, asking who's on the phone. The life he's been dreaming of, the family he's been fighting to return to, belongs to someone else. He is not the real Sam Bell. Crushed by the revelation, he returns to base, his body beginning to fail completely. He's coughing up blood, his teeth are falling out, he's dying. Back at the base, the two Sams finally find the secret room. Below the main floor lies a hidden chamber, a sterile crypt filled with hundreds of dormant, identical bodies. An army of sleeping Sam Bells. The truth is undeniable and horrifying. They are clones, each with a 3-year lifespan, designed to run the base and then be disposed of, replaced by the next one in line, who is woken up with the same implanted memories of a wife and child waiting back on Earth. Their entire existence is a lie. An alarm sounds. The ELIZA rescue team will arrive in less than 6 hours. The Sams know this isn't a rescue, it's a cleanup crew, coming to contain the situation by eliminating them both and activating a new clone. They have to act fast. Their plan is twofold. The newer, healthier Sam will escape to Earth by stowing away in a cargo container used to ship helium-3, and the dying older Sam will be placed back in the crashed rover for the ELIZA crew to find, maintaining the corporate illusion. But as they prepare, the older Sam has a change of heart. He's too sick, a ghost of a man. I'll scare the crap out of her, he says, thinking of Eve. He insists that the newer Sam must be the one to go. She has a dad, he tells his double. It's a moment of pure sacrifice, one clone giving his non-existent future to another. To complete the deception, they decide to awaken a third clone and place him in the infirmary, creating another layer of confusion for the incoming team. In a surprising twist, Gertie reveals its primary programming is simply to help Sam. The IE gives them access to restricted files and even agrees to have its memory logs wiped to protect the escaping Sam. The two Sams share a final, somber moment before the healthy one carries his dying predecessor back to the crash site, a final act of mercy. Returning to the base, the escaping Sam initiates Gertie's reboot sequence, wiping all evidence of the past few days. As a final act of rebellion, he reprograms one of the massive harvesters, setting it on a collision course with a communication jammer. He climbs into the cramped cargo pod, launches it towards Earth, and begins his journey home. Moments later, the ELIZA team's ship descends upon Sarang. On the surface, the rogue harvester smashes into the jammer, shattering it to pieces. A message flashes on the base's main console, live feed available. Inside, the ELIZA crew enters a quiet base. They find the dying clone in the wrecked rover. In the infirmary, the newly awakened third Sam opens his eyes, greeted by a rebooting Gertie, his 3-year tour of duty just beginning. And rocketing through the blackness of space, a lone container carries a man who is not Sam Bell, but is determined to live as if he is, hurtling towards a world that has no idea he's coming. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.